My name is Vedran. People know me as Vex. I am a CEO and the founder of Revuto, and today we are finally we have our Ask Me Anything event. We are finally back in the studio. It's been a while since the last time. We are pretty nervous about it. We have a lot of things to talk about today. I think it's going to be a long one. We're going to talk about a couple of topics. I have my cheat sheet here, so I think maybe 9 topics altogether. And I'm going to just start briefly by telling you that last year, and well, not just the last year, but since we started the ICO, and we know that we now endured a bear market, it's been a really hard ride for us. We've been through a lot of things. I cannot even actually explain you what was going on behind the scenes, but still we are here as we promised. We kept building. We're gonna stay here. We're gonna finish what we started, and we have some amazing things coming up, especially in 2025, not only in the Q4. So regarding the bear market, yes, those who've been with us since the ICO, they know all the troubles that we had. I would say that the toughest year was 2023, when we had some kind of, I would say, consolidation within a team. You all know that in 2022 we had to cut down the expenses, slower down the development pace, not only the development pace, but also all the spendings regarding marketing, hiring, everything. And it was a tough situation because when you have to downsize, you have to lay off some people. We had a really awesome and a big team, but there was no place for everybody during the bear market. And luckily, we all stayed good friends after that. A lot of people from the old team are back here. Still, we have a lot of new faces in the team that you're not going to actually see in front of our cameras, because those guys are mostly developers. Since the ICO, you remember all the guys, we were more focused on the business development and marketing, but during the bear market we decided to switch focus to actually product development, and now we are heavily oriented towards the developers. We have a lot of backend developers. Finally, we managed to structure the team to be in-house only. The last 2 people that were outsourced were front-end developers, and that happened in mid this year. So from 1st of July, we actually also hired in-house developers for the front-end development. And yes, it's been a hard ride. We all know how crypto affects everybody, especially crypto or the token prices. Many of us are also investors in different crypto projects. We hold not only the REVU tokens, but also tokens from other projects and ADA as well. And when things go down, then you know, people get depressive and not very optimistic. And I've been through the bear market before, so I know that that the market is, you know, it's gonna survive. The technology is awesome. A lot of businesses are developing. Adoption grows. So in general, everything is good, but still we have those cycles, and they're tough for those who didn't endure such a bear market before, because they cannot be so optimistic as I am. And I had to use a lot of efforts and everything to keep the momentum and keep the morale within the team high enough to actually keep the team together, and so we can keep on building. Yeah, so just a couple of numbers. Maybe Zvone, you can tell us.
Yes.
Yeah.
So first, I would like to thank all the supporters, shareholders, token holders, all the users for staying with us all this time. I would also like to thank the critics, because that's what drives us. Like we read all your messages, your posts in all the chats, and we really appreciate it. So I would just like to share a couple of numbers. The latest Revuto number, Revuto user number is 390,000, which is a lot. Registered users in the application. Of these, there are like 150,000 inside the European Economic Area, and the rest, which means like 240,000 outside of it. We focus on both of these. As you know, the first region, which is going to be supported by the virtual debit cards and all the features, is going to be European Economic Area. We're going to mention that later also. Yeah. But we also appreciate and focus on all the other regions because they are coming next. So yeah, thank you for all the support. We are really growing even in the bear market. Yeah. And we are going to share more of the features that are coming in this next hour.
Or so.
Yeah.
Tim.
We would also like to take this opportunity and say extremely big thank you to the entire Cardano community for the Cardano Catalyst proposal. As most of you know, Revuto applied during Fund 12, and during the voting period we received enormous support all over the Cardano, as well as from our community, and that was basically our first proposal ever during the Cardano Catalyst, and with it we applied for our core feature, virtual debit cards, and we actually received that money, and now we are getting that money in trenches as we are building and delivering the virtual debit cards. Therefore, it is shown to us that we still have a massive amount of supporters all over the Cardano, and now we will get back to this Catalyst topic a bit later because we also prepared something pretty special for the Fund 13. Yeah. To keep building the Cardano, to keep delivering, and basically returning to Cardano what Cardano gave us from our sole beginning here.
Yeah, I have to jump in because I really have to thank you so much for the support. I actually was overwhelmed when I saw that people voted for us. I was not so sure. I thought that we lost during the time, although we kept the building and everything, that we lost a lot of support. Maybe sometimes I always repeat that to our team. There are many people that are not so vocal in those like social media, especially on a Telegram channel, and so we have more vocal people that are actually criticizing us, which is also fine because that is pushing us forward, and also it's showing us maybe that some things we are not doing well and that we should improve. But in general, I think that there are more people who are silent but still patient enough and supporting us to deliver what we promised. And as I said many times before, we are going to really do whatever it takes to make this project great. And when we talk about the project about Revuto, I mentioned a couple of times that this is the project, the scope of everything that we do is very big. We want to make this like a financial powerhouse. We are building the ecosystem of products which are actually bridging the crypto liquidity with the real world business use cases, and with Fiat. And for the beginning, we actually decided to do that with subscriptions because there is a big problem in the subscription business. The problem is that the market is growing rapidly. People are buying a lot of things on monthly billing cycle. So they are giving away the numbers of their debit cards, credit cards, where they keep their money. And we all know how easy it is to lose money when you actually subscribe to something that you either don't use anymore or you don't know how to unsubscribe. You fall into those free trial traps and so many other difficult things. But then we decided not only to help people actively manage those payments, but also connect those payments with the crypto world, with the liquidity from the crypto space, more precisely for the start with the Cardano and Cardano native assets. We think that such products can actually bring closer crypto space, Cardano space, with not so crypto savvy people who are just maybe entering the crypto or thinking about entering the crypto. Our focus is on user experience. Our app or our platform is mobile app only. We are using more like a Web2 approach to actually let people access those Web3 great products like stakings and things like that, because those products are really great, but still people are afraid of using them, or they don't know how to use them because it's complicated. They need to install non-custodial wallets in their desktop browsers, then sign the transactions, use DEXs or DeFi products which are on different pages. We all know how things can get complicated or go into wrong direction when you use such a setup. So we decided to build everything inside a single platform, a mobile app, which is easy to use. And when we are talking about the app, again, there is a set of products that we're gonna launch, most of them in Q4, because we are really trying to get us ready for when it is important for the next bull cycle. Also, a lot of things are gonna come in Q1 next year, and then we have a whole packed roadmap for 2025. But still, that's not the end of the Revuto. We are early in the crypto space. I still think that a lot of things is gonna go down because many projects don't actually have any fundamentals or don't make any sense. It's not likely that everything is gonna succeed. Many things are gonna go down, go bankrupt. That's all a part of the business, and we want to actually make something that's gonna last for a while, because Revuto should be something to make other people's lives easier, save them money, protect their funds, introduce them with the world of crypto and things like that. So yeah, those who didn't do that, you can check on our YouTube channel. There is a video where I explain a couple of those products. We're gonna go through some of them today, but the most important one is actually now, let's call it a core feature, is a subscription management system, which is supported by debit cards, which people can top up with not only with other debit or credit cards, but with the crypto assets, and more importantly for us and for our ecosystem, with the Cardano native assets, which is a huge thing, I believe so. Timing, Zvone.
Timing is always a question. As you know, we talked about this many times before. Timing is critical in crypto. I mean, in business in general, but in crypto especially, because you have all these cycles and so on. So we did not want to launch some features pre-term in the bear market where the adoption would be really bad, because that would be the waste of money. So you know that if you force listings, if you force like new updates when the engagement is really low, then it's not going to be really successful. Hopefully, we think that things are changing now, things are in motion now, and we believe that timing for many of our features is coming soon. So we believe that the adoption would be much better than if we launched it in like the end of the 2023 or something like that.
So opportunity is going to be there. Why it is so important to talk about timing? People think that having a great product is enough. I have enough experience to know that that's not the case. Many times, not so great products make much better impact on the market than those who were better, or but they launched too early, they were ahead of time and things like that. So we are very, very, very cautious with this. And also why? Because despite that, our product is not only built for the crypto savvy people. When the debit cards are going to be out and when people are going to be able to top up those cards with other debit or credit cards, that's going to be enough for them. But still, to grow user base, we are actually taking advantage of crypto. Our referral program is very great product, but still, as good as it was working in a bull cycle, in bear market it was not working very well, because people don't stopped caring about altcoins, and we couldn't actually use the mechanism to grow our user base at the same pace. And we're gonna actually try to use the same things, although we're gonna tweak a bit some things, and we're gonna wait for a good moment to actually start marketing everything and to regain the momentum and to regain the hype around the project and everything. Because yes, we still think that we have a great project, but somehow people need to hear about it. And yeah, so that's about the timing. Cardano Summit.
Yeah, so the timing is important. Now we all know it, and we have spent quite some time within the team, as well as speaking with our external advisors, people who are much deeper into the market, into the cycle analysis. And basically we decided to take this great opportunity. Next week during Cardano Summit in Dubai, Revuto will be actually launching the long expected core feature, virtual debit cards, and first users will start using debit cards issued by Revuto to pay for their Spotify, Netflix, YouTube Premium, or any other subscription they might have. And we think that it is a great opportunity because as we are building on Cardano, and this is the biggest stage, biggest event during the entire year that Cardano has, it is an additional way for us to show the support for the entire Cardano, as well as the catalyst idea that is helping with the entire funding. And we believe that with such event, we can actually grow the adoption because, as Vex mentioned it earlier, Revuto is basically considered Web 2.5. We are using crypto products, but we are building the product for the real-world use case. And if we can merge those things, if we can bring non-crypto natives into the world of crypto, that is the pure definition of growing the adoption of the of the crypto. And that's why we are looking forward to the next week. We are looking forward to everything that we have prepared and to actually start onboarding people to our core feature. So you can expect next week to see a lot of the videos, a lot of the pictures, a lot of everything that is showing the entire flow that we have been building for more than what, three and a half years so far.
Yes, and many people don't understand how difficult it is to build such a product or push it out, because you cannot do it by yourself. First of all, there is a lot of compliance, and things change quickly now. It's even more difficult, I would say, to launch such a product, because debit cards supporting crypto are, they're difficult product also from the legal standpoint, because people are using them to off-ramp a lot of crypto to fiat, and they're not paying taxes by doing those. And to issue debit cards supporting crypto, you have to work with a third-party service provider, which is card issuer. Then there is a payment processor, and also sometimes in the flow of funds there is also somebody who is off-ramping those crypto currencies to fiat through the stable coins. And from anti-money laundering standpoint, regulators are really now making the pressure on those service providers to actually don't allow or even to track what users are doing. And many of those are not doing things as they should, because there's certain rules how much of those funds you can off-ramp during a specific period of time. And if they don't follow those rules, then the regulatory body can actually deny them right to offer that service to their clients. We are actually client of such services, which are licensed, which are e-money regulated in Europe, because as we said, we're going to start with this in Europe economic area. And we integrated so far with 3 companies in the past, and every time when we were ready to launch, something happened. And that was really very, very unfortunate event. But the last service provider that we found is a Belgian banking provider, and French company is a card issuer. We feel very confident that they're going to be capable of supporting us with this, and they don't have a lot of clients, which is actually very good, because if those clients do some things not legally approved, and if the service provider is actually not also doing great with auditing those companies, then we can actually get screwed because somebody else is doing things wrong, not us. And we really have to be very careful about that. Now I feel confident that we found a right partner, and yes, we're gonna start issuing those debit cards during the Cardano Summit, biggest stage. We're gonna have a masterclass on first day of a Cardano Summit. I think it's around 2 p.m. Also, when it comes to Idea Catalyst, I think that we're gonna be the first ones that gonna launch the product from that Fund 12. Although we didn't receive all the funds, we received just half of the funds as we speak, and we found most of the things, I would say, by ourselves. Not I would say, you know, that's a complete true. Yes, we're gonna launch it. We are really happy about it. Also, I have to mention that we have beta testers. We have around 200 people who applied for beta testing with us even before we decided to launch the product during the Cardano Summit. So there is going to be the process how we're going to allow people to access the feature. So most likely we still didn't decide so, but we're talking with the marketing team and everything. We're going to keep exclusivity for the product. So those who applied for the beta testing are going to be for sure first ones to access the app, although everybody's going to be able to download version 4.0, and then even during the summit, people are going to be able to come to our booth, download the app, or if they have Revuto app, they're going to tell us their user ID, and we're going to unlock the feature for them. And for everybody who comes during the summit to us is going to be able to access the full feature. And after that, we are going to actually introduce the referral program and the mechanism for growth, because we're going to allow people to invite more friends to the app to unlock additional debit cards with Revuto. Revuto, as I don't know if you followed everything, still is in a pre-revenue phase. And we plan to issue also, as part of the 4-point-something, Revuto Pro. Revuto Pro means that you're going to be able to access additional features, among which are additional debit cards that you're going to get. In a freemium model, you're going to get three debit cards for free, and in Pro feature, there are going to be 10 debit cards. Also, we're going to sell additional packages of 5 cards for, I think it's going to be $5, and it's a huge process how we actually manage to achieve that, because you need to be able to upgrade those, not just to Revuto Pro, but to those additional packages, and also if you want during the billing cycle to downgrade the packages also. And there is a way how you actually remove the cards from your subscriptions and things like that. So it's a really complicated thing, but we're gonna launch the Revuto Pro after the summit, so people are gonna be able just to use the freemium app, limited to 3 cards, meaning that they're going to be able still to manage more subscriptions, but actively manage, actually to be able to decide to approve, block, or snooze the payment for only three subscriptions. And how the setup works is that we issue you a debit card for each of your subscriptions. Even if you add 20 of those, you can actually, in an edit page or profile page of your subscription, you can request a virtual debit card for your subscriptions, and that's how you control the payments.
If I may, I mean, sure. You said a lot of things, and all of those are important, of course, but I would just like to point out and highlight the most important things for the actual launch. So during the masterclass, during the Cardano Summit, Revuto will launch the V4, and you will be able to use the virtual debit cards. But the thing is, if you just download the app, you will not be able to actually use it immediately. So what does that mean? It means that after you download the app and after you pass the KYC, you will also need to have the proof of address that shows that you are a resident of the European Union and UK. So if you're in Dubai, please come to us, to our booth. We will have booth there. We are in the middle. I think we will show you the floor plan at some point.
Yeah.
Yeah, to see the booth and everything. So if you're there, come to us, reach out to us, and we will enable the virtual debit card issuing at the moment. However, if you're not in the Dubai during the summit, please reach out to the support at revuto.com email, and our support team will be more than happy to enable you
Unlock the feature.
to unlock the feature for the virtual debit cards. Also, this is a great call for all the beta testers. We have all your emails. We are thankful for the applications, and we will be reaching out to you next week through the emails that we have unlocked the feature, and you can start using it.
Exactly. Thank you, Tim.
And that is that freemium version that we are speaking about so far, because this first soft launch, we are calling it soft launch, right? This is the freemium version, and after that will come the actual Revuto Pro that Vex started explaining.
Exactly.
So,
exactly. And the Revuto
Thank
Pro is also very important for Revu token economy, and also for our I would say core revenue stream, because we plan to start earning money with this. We build this to be a sustainable business. We're gonna be charging you for the fees in a freemium package, also charging people for Revuto Pro, where you're gonna get some other additional features like a cashback, which we think is very important, and more other things we're gonna talk about when the time comes. But then for a return, you're going to be paying $10 for the app, and later also with Revu tokens. So you're going to be able to actually buy and lock up specific amount of Revu tokens for a year to unlock the Pro feature, which is going to kickstart the Revu token economy.
The long expected.
Yes, the long.
I mean, there is not a single day that we do not receive a question from our users regarding the token price, and this is the time when we are actually explaining how the tokenomics is actually arranged, and we need to launch the product and all the other products that are coming after that Vex started speaking about, and then we will see the actual beauty of the entire setup and how everything is basically perfectly aligned to get us where we all want to be.
We have a couple of really awesome utilities for a Revu token inside of our ecosystem, and I spoke about that before, but we're gonna also try to make emphasis on that when we launch those additional features. Also to mention the Cardano Summit. Yes, it's a great stage. We're gonna have a nice booth. We're gonna be neighbors of I think NMaker, and I don't know who is actually also there.
Binance is also
Binance,
next to us.
yes. We are a silver sponsor. Also, there are gonna be a couple of side events which are also we co-sponsoring. One is from Smart Places. I think that they're gonna have a great event as well. We actually partner with those guys. We send them some Revu tokens and also some. I think two those Revolution NFTs for Spotify and Netflix, so they have some kind of a quest or a game, and people are going to be rewarded with our products, and a lot of things coming up. Also, a lot of partnerships. I'm really excited, but it's hard to explain how much.
I just want to say that you can come to the booth and meet with us, and if you're not going to be in Dubai, since most of our users won't be in Dubai, since we have a huge user base, you can still support us by retweeting, posting, sharing the news when we launch it. Please share it with your friends. Remind people who are following Revuto who missed the news that something new is happening, that Revuto is pushing these new updates. That's going to mean a lot of us, especially since big players are going to be in both Cardano ecosystem and crypto as a whole, and also in general investment and business. So helping with attraction while we are in Dubai is going to be really helpful to Revuto.
Yeah. And when it comes to the core feature, I have to address that because I saw some comments in our Telegram group. people are somehow thinking that this is the final product that we are launching or something like that. No, it's actually just like the first step towards something that we want to build, something big. Because okay, yeah, debit cards are a foundation for many things that are gonna come, and they're very important for our ecosystem. But also we promise to launch the debit cards not only for subscriptions but also for a general purpose. I need to say that we are completely ready to actually launch physical or virtual card for spending, for general spending. But although we're gonna go step by step because people don't understand what is going on behind the scenes and how the setup works, and it requires a lot of money to actually launch such a card, because we need to pre-fund our main, I would say, ledger or bank account, on top of which all those virtual cards or physical cards are sitting. And yes, when it comes to auxiliary products, we call them, so something that's gonna go as add-on to this core feature. I don't know if you heard, I mentioned it a lot of time, stake to subscribe is something that's gonna go first. I think that that's a great product because we can actually introduce non-crypto people to staking mechanisms and make them invest in crypto, or offer them to invest in crypto, and by doing so they can use staking rewards actually to cover their monthly expenses for their subscriptions, which are rather small, on average $15. On average, people in Europe now have like 3 to 4 subscriptions, but this is rising. So if we can tell them invest a specific amount in crypto, buy those tokens and lock them up for a certain period of time, they can use those rewards, and this is going to also grow total value locked of those crypto assets, which again helps prices go up. We all know how that works in a DeFi, but this is how we connect those mechanisms with the real world activities and help people save money. Also then on top of that, we have a feature called buy now, pay later in traditional financial system. We're going to build that on top of micro lending and borrowing liquidity pools. That's how we call them. But what is going to go or happen behind the scenes is that we're going to open the wallet or the pool where other users are going to be able to put money, stable coins in, and that's why stable coins are very important for our ecosystem. I'm going to talk about it later, and I'm going to talk about those things also during the Cardano Summit on the panel. But again, we're going to allow them to put stable coins into those pools to earn yield on that. But on the other side, people who are going to be in a short liquidity crunch or something like that are going to be able to borrow those funds from that pool and pay for their subscriptions on a due date, which again are not big amounts, and then return within the 30 days those small loans with a fee. And from those fees, we're going to repay those who actually put stable coins inside. We need stable coins because we cannot depend on a volatile asset. The setup needs to be sustainable, and also what is important, for the first time, I would say in crypto, we're not going to actually use over-collateralized setup or loans. We're going to actually decide who is eligible to get that loan according to what he's doing in the ecosystem. Either if he staked a lot of REVU tokens or some other assets with Revuto, either he is paying to Revuto and has a lot of debit cards. And why is that important? Because we need to leverage all those things to make people repay what they borrowed. So if they don't pay back, they're going to have a lot to lose inside our ecosystem, and that's how we gonna, in a way, credit score them and allow them to access that buy now, pay later feature. I think it's a cool feature, and it's going to help a lot of people to overcome some, as I said, short liquidity crunch, to pay for some things. Later, we have plans to expand that features to some other things, maybe more expensive to pay for something else, but still we're going to see how setup works. test everything. It needs to be very robust and sustainable in the first place. Also, then in the end, that's amazing feature that we have subscription NFTs. I'm not going to go into mechanics of that setup, but for the first time, people are going to be able to actually prepay for something and be able to resell the subscription period that they didn't use. Usually people, when they go to directly to the service provider, they opt to pay upfront for something for a longer period of time, like 1 year or 2 years, they get some kind of discount, thinking that they are gonna save money. But what happens in reality is that many of those lose money because you don't use that service in full. You prepay for a year and then you just use it for a few months, and then you lose money. With our setup, people are going to be able to prepay for something for a longer period of time, and there's not going to be limits. You're going to be able to choose, and then if I don't know, you're sick and tired, or you don't want to use that subscription anymore, you can put it on the market and sell it to somebody else, or even send it as a gift. I think it's going to be a great feature, something unique in a space. We have a specific way how we're going to do it. That's why, again, we need those debit cards. And in the end, I'm not going to go now into full throttle on this, but we have a lot of other things going on, especially with the custodial wallet that we want to launch. Cross-chain swap feature, for instance, that's going to be a huge thing, because, again, we want to make for people very easy to exchange their non-Cardano assets, like a Solana, Ethereum, Bitcoins, whatever is popular, directly within the app for Cardano native asset with one click. And we are fully confident that we can do that. We partnered with Fireblocks to build a custodial setup. We are now getting the VASP license for the European Union. Also with the FCA, we're gonna get for the UK market. Revuto is regulated. We are working a lot. We are working so much on the legal side of everything. I know that we look maybe sometimes funny, not very professional, or loose, but we are really paying a lot of attention on that. Micah is coming, Dora is coming now. It's IT security set of laws. We are going to be fully compliant with all of those things. We are e-money regulated from Bank of Lithuania.
A lot of lawyers involved in the,
yes.
in the entire story to have everything.
And that's actually what will help us to stay in the market, basically survive, because many other companies which didn't do that, they're not going to be able to offer their services anymore. We check our terms of use, check our that data protection policies on a web page. We have more than, I would say, close to 200 pages of legal things on our web page. The new web page is going to come by the end of the year, but that's another story. We're not going to talk about that today. Tim, please.
Victory requires preparation, and that is exactly what we have been doing during the bear market. We had development ongoing on the one side, and we had the compliance on the other side, because yes, 1st of January 2025 will be big for the entire European Union, Mika, Dora, and we need to be compliant with the UK as well, and that's why we hired a lot of lawyers, a lot of teams to basically have everything done, everything in accordance with law, just as Vex said. So we can deliver and we can keep building, we can offer our services. And that's why you can be pretty safe that everything that Revuto is doing is fully legal.
Yeah, exactly. And I am 100% sure that if not this bull cycle, but after that regulators are gonna come strong and they're gonna regulate the market, in full. Even I saw, the text, and I read, what they want to achieve here. and with many things, I think that they are right. That's again another story. We can talk about it because we all know what in crypto is good and what is bad, and a lot of things are bad, I would say. But okay, yeah, that's another topic.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I
Yeah,
would
but
just
plans.
while we are at the roadmap, I would like to mention the status of e-vouchers. We've been mentioning that.
Exactly.
Yeah. So the thing is that we have the whole setup ready. As you know, we had some how to say, proof of concepts. Like we had some devices already set up and working, but currently we are waiting with our third service provider in Spain to launch the whole system, and we believe that's a great thing. But we are not sitting still. We are actually, as you probably already know, working on the separate, like parallel system where we are going to have e-vouchers all across the Europe, across 20,000 POS terminals. Yeah. And it's going to be a great story because you will be able to on-ramp fiat to crypto even easier. And it's going to be a great for adoption of crypto in general, not only for the Revu token, but of course, since you are coming through the Revuto application, it's going to be the great for ecosystem, because we already have Banxa, you know that, and it's working perfectly, but this is going to be easier for people working with cash maybe, or like wanting to have alternative ways to on-ramp some fiat into crypto ecosystem. So that's for it. It's coming soon also, yeah.
Yeah, and that's actually advantage of having the token listed on centralized crypto exchanges paired with the USDT, because USDT is over-collateralized stablecoin, and especially USDC nowadays, which is the only regulated stablecoin now and legal stablecoin in European Union, they can off-ramp to fiat. And for our products, that is very important. Some of the products that we didn't mention, later we're going to talk about them, really require that functionality, I would say. Regarding other things that are going to come next year, so we're going to be present at more crypto events. Also, we're going to list token on more centralized exchanges. People ask us about that. Now it's early to do those things. It would be missed opportunity if we do that now. I know that people are always asking about the token price and everything. We cannot and should not talk about those things, and we cannot focus on the token price. That's gonna come as a result if people are gonna be actually using our ecosystem and using our token inside it, because it has utilities. But token is going to be listed on more centralized exchanges. We already have a deal with one centralized exchange, which is paired to the, I would say, Gate.io level. And then if we manage to regain the momentum and everything and meet some requirements from bigger exchanges, which we also spoke to. I've been a couple of times in their offices, especially in Dubai. Then we're going to list with them as well. And that's plan. Go step by step, go with Bybit, OKX, and all the way towards the Binance in the end, if the Binance is going to be the biggest exchange still by the end of the next year. And that's how we're going to go. Now it's too early, and even if we would be willing to pay for it and everything, they would not accept Revuto because we don't meet those requirements.
Yeah, you usually need like millions, sometimes billions of dollars in daily volume, and it's really expensive to have this. It's not only to pay like a one-time fee and be listed. You need a whole like ecosystem around it, like people working on it actively to keep it listed. Because if you just let it go and you don't have volume, you do not meet requirements of the exchange, you're going to be delisted very soon.
You're going to be busted.
You're going to be busted. And I just wanted, while we're the centralized exchanges, I would like to mention why it's important for the Revu to be listed on centralized exchanges, because a lot of projects try to like evade that because it's really a nightmare to get your token listed and to keep it listed and have some people working on it. The thing is that we have all these we are going to have all these features in the application which require first stablecoins. Vex already mentioned that you need to have stable price. If you use stable coin, yeah. If you're going to use like micro lending and micro borrowing, you cannot have like volatility playing a role in your whole ecosystem. You need to be to set it up around stablecoin.
If you promise the yield of 8%, if the token goes up, stablecoin goes up and down for 8% or even more altogether in between, that's not something reliable.
And also, like, centralized exchanges have much more liquidity.
Exactly.
For most tokens. For some tokens, you also have nice liquidity in decentralized exchanges, but mostly the most of the volume is on centralized exchanges. And we need this liquidity to provide all these features, to have people buying and selling coins for subscriptions, borrowing, lending, and so on. So centralized exchanges are really important to us. We're going to get listed on more of them. We need to be compliant. You cannot do some financial systems on like shady or anonymous sites or places. But nevertheless, we also need DEXs.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, we need DEXs, and when it comes to DEXs, yeah, we recently launched the 3.5 with integrated with integration with the DEX Hunter, which is DEX aggregator on Cardano. We spoke about that feature. Even before this, the plan was very optimistic of ours that we're going to launch our own DEX, but seeing what was happening in the ecosystem, I think that we have too many DEXs even now. All of them are great, but just a couple of them are going to, in the end, survive, if not one or two, which are going to be mostly used. We decided that we cannot do everything, of course, and also even if you build something like that, then you need to make projects provide liquidity on those DEXs in those liquidity pools, initial liquidity. This is also going to come great with the topic that I'm going to talk about during the Cardano Summit. On the panel, the question is, does liquidity bring users or adoption, or the users bring the liquidity? I have my firm opinion about that. Unfortunately, the good thing was that we actually focused on sexes after the ICO, because we were in a good position to actually list our token on KuCoin and Gate, which now would be a really big problem, huge problem. It's not a money problem, it's a problem about the token prices, the market cap and everything. And a lot of projects, even much bigger than us, are now having problems with listing their tokens on centralized exchanges, because centralized exchanges, unfortunately, now they're leaning towards meme coins, which are bringing a lot of volume, trading the volume, and then those projects which are actually doing something meaningful have a big problem meeting those requirements and list there. And of course, the listing prices are going to go up now in the bull cycle again, and I don't think that many projects who endure the bear market have now money to afford listing on those centralized exchanges. So that was the good thing that we did. But still, we somehow put the DEXs on side. We didn't provide liquidity on those because requirements from some DEXs, unfortunately, were also huge, asking us to put like $250,000, $500,000 in ADA, and then also in our own token. Putting liquidity in our own token wouldn't be a problem. It's never a problem because we have tokens, we take care of them, we don't sell anything. But then putting ADA, which is actually just locking money into those pools, is a problem because we were using money to build and to pay for our bills. So we put that aside, and now we are looking how to actually change that and to put initial liquidity with some DEX on Cardano. We're gonna also try to time that very good and structure some kind of deal with the DEX to be very attractive for also the users to put their ADA and Revu tokens in those pools and to start earning money. That's something that we are looking to do in Q4, maybe eventually in Q1, we'll see. But yes, Revuto is gonna provide liquidity there as well. And then finally, we're gonna be maybe among those top projects on tap tools also, where people are gonna be able to see the volumes that we create on decentralized exchanges. Yes, DEX counter, our token.
Before we go to the R token, I would just briefly jump back on the previous topic when we were speaking about the expansion and everything. One of the hot topics, especially in Telegram, is the marketing of the project. What are our plans? Are we doing anything? A lot of people think that we are not putting enough effort to be visible regarding the project that is about to be launched, and we would like to explain like everything that was mentioned earlier about the timing. We can say now that we are speaking with multiple marketing agencies because we want to create, well, let's not say perfect, but but the closest to the perfect as it gets, and that is why we are speaking with multiple agencies to create the strategy that will deliver the most results. And I would like to point out the auxiliary feature, stake to subscribe, that Vex mentioned earlier, because if we can get regular non-crypto users to start using the app, yes, there will be revenue for Revuto, and with revenue we can put more money into marketing. But those non-crypto users, after they start using it and after we explain them the stake to subscribe feature, they will be the ones who will be keep buying the tokens. But let's get back to the marketing. We are having almost daily calls now with our marketing partners, and we had the call actually today where we discussed and agreed on the first marketing initiatives that will be done during the Cardano Summit next week, because we are launching the product, and yes, we want to have as many people there knowing about it and start using it. And we can also say that last week we have received well, it's more a book than a document.
120 pages.
Yeah, right? Yeah, 120 pages document that is specifying all the steps, all the targeted audience, basically everything marketing related that was created by a few marketing experts who are doing marketing for what, 20 plus years so far, something like that. And yeah, we are proud to say that we are working with, again, industry best people in that area, and with the upcoming days, weeks, months, you will
we open source it maybe one day to put it out? Because
after the success of Revuto, give the blueprint out.
Well, yeah, blueprint is nothing without an execution, but this is tailor-built plan for us. So I don't know if somebody can copy it, but we're gonna be fully transparent with it. At one point, and I really want to show that to the community, because they really think that we don't pay attention enough to those things. They always say, what about marketing? We even tried before with some KOLs, although they are influencers, or I don't know even how to call them. KOL is really too pretty name for them, key opinion leader, but they're just like shilling those tokens, and many times those guys are really using some shady things to prove that they are worth of paying. They have fake followers, fake viewers, fake everything. And basically what is happening in the bear market, there is no organic demand. People are not interested in crypto, and you can do whatever you want to do and throw as much money as you want, but it's not gonna pay off in the end. Maybe for a short period of time, yes, you're gonna create some kind of hype, but then there is nothing to follow up on that hype, and then you're gonna make pump and dump thing, and you cannot fool the market because retail is not there. There is no people, there is no money, liquidity to actually follow up on those actions. and that all changes in the bull cycle when there is a lot of money. I would say too much money. People are, looking for opportunities, and when they see, that you're doing things right, and when you do those actions and activities, and then the response comes, and then other comes as well, and then you have something, that is steadily going towards something.
That's something that I really like about Revuto, because if you consider it this way, yes, we are something that we are already in the bull market, something that it will start. But the thing is, the bull market will come eventually, and if we execute everything properly, we will have enough users who are actually generating the revenue for us. So after the bull cycle hype ends and we enter the bear market again, we will still be fully operational. Why? Because we will have the revenue from the users using the product, and then that will keep us not just alive during the bear market, but actually it will put us in much better condition to again keep building, keep adding new things and acquiring new users, and basically merging the crypto with fiat.
That's something that we didn't have this bear market, and we couldn't have it. We were trying, but we couldn't push out the debit cards, and then even if we wanted, then we wouldn't be able to use a referral program and all those crypto initiatives to actually build the momentum which we can now do, or should be able to do now. No, we will be able to do
exactly
in the bear market.
Exactly.
R token. We mentioned swap features. First swap feature was built with the help of DEX Hunter. The next cross-chain swap feature is going to be fully custom built with us, although we're going to use the portion of that, one part of that mechanism is going to be, again, dependent on the DEX Hunter, because that's how we're going to exchange tokens for ADA, Cardano native tokens for ADA, and then bridge them, or depending either is if you're gonna exchange, let's say, Solana for Snake or Snake for Solana, so it's gonna work both ways, and then bridge with ADA and with Revu token. This is also one of the utilities between the non-custodial wallet and the custodial wallet to actually be able to, on the other side, to exchange that ADA or a Revu token for something else. The beauty of our setup is that we have both wallets. We're gonna be now. We already showed you the custodial wallet, but it's not operational now because we're waiting for the VASP license. When we do that, you're gonna be able to see your deposit addresses for all those assets, and then on top of that, we're gonna allow people to swap assets between Cardano wallet, we call it the Cardano wallet, and that's the non-custodial wallet, and the crypto wallet, which is a custodial wallet. But again, the beauty of everything is that we actually know the addresses of our users on the non-custodial wallet side. We don't allow people, as many other non-custodial wallets, to restore other seed phrases and change that. Why? Because it's closely connected to our staking center, and if you change the wallet address and everything, we wouldn't know where to actually return the funds. And now when we have that, we actually know the addresses of the people on non-custodial side and the custodial side, and we can send tokens between those two wallets. And I believe that that feature is going to be amazing. People are going to be using it, especially in the bull cycle when a lot of volumes is creating, and when actually speed is very important, and simplicity of exchanging those assets, because people react very, very emotionally, or they get FOMO'd into something and they want to exchange tokens now, or either the prices are going up or down. They're willing to pay more actually to just be first to execute that exchange or swap. Having that, yeah.
Just imagine all the steps that you need to take at the moment if you have CNT and you want to get, I don't know, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, connect the wallet to the DEX, swap it for ADA, then transfer ADA to the centralized exchange where you will be selling ADA for USDT, for example. then getting the
USDT
Bitcoin.
to exchange to something
Yeah,
else.
and with this, you have like 3 taps on the mobile phone, and you swapped your, I don't know, VMT, SNAC, whatever, to BNB, Bitcoin, Ethereum. It's just
Yeah.
And you pay less fees if you swap like 3-4 times, send
Exactly.
multiple transactions. You also pay.
Yeah,
more
and
money.
that's where we come to the R token. So what we're gonna do? We're gonna use the R token to incentivize those swap features. We're gonna actually reward people for using that switch feature by giving them back what they actually paid. Not all, but portion of that in R token. And then there are going to be a couple of also mechanisms how you're going to be able to earn also more with R tokens. But we actually have a plan. We were talking about that, to do that small IDO with the R token, not only to incentivize people, but also to regain the momentum, to create the hype. We were advised to do so. We're gonna also, it's gonna make things easier also on the R token side, because you know there are a lot of things where we actually on a supply side where we make the things inflationary because we give away Revu tokens, but this is how we're gonna just have like another layer within the ecosystem of secondary supporting token, which is gonna actually have a purpose of bringing in more people. There's gonna be I wouldn't say massive airdrop, but a huge airdrop. People like that in crypto. We need to compete somehow with others, and yeah, there's a special place for our token in our ecosystem, mostly to support the swap feature. You already know that when you swap something, even on a non-custodial side, there are network fees that you need to pay, and this also with this we're gonna compensate for the network fees, not in full, because also with all other fees, Revuto is gonna be earning. We're gonna charge for small fees, but then we're gonna use the portion of that profit to buy back our tokens, the exact amount that we actually give away, so that you know the price should be from our side. The token economy should be neutral on the supply and demand side, and you know we'll see how that's gonna play off. But again, the plan is to introduce the R tokens, so please collect those tokens. You already, many of you have those tokens because you staked with us, and you have a special place where you can see the amount of those tokens. They're gonna be sent out in a specific time. We don't still have a date. Even now, when you exchange tokens, we don't actually give you our tokens, but at one point we're gonna start doing that, and we're gonna announce it. And I think that's gonna be a great thing. This is something that other wallets don't have. Although I saw that like on Vesper, or you have some kind of the progress bar, how much you use the swap feature, then you unlock some things. This is also very cool and innovative, but we are using actually something else, the secondary token, which is going to be the liquid one, and then you're going to be able to use those funds.
The full plan for the R token is yet to be disclosed to everyone, because at the moment we are creating the new R token white paper, and as we announced it earlier, we are waiting for the better market conditions to execute everything. And even though we said a lot about our token, there is one more really important thing that we cannot say yet about it, but we are working on it. We can just hint that if everything works out, it will be perfect for everyone in the entire Revuto, but for now we need to keep our mouths shut about it.
Yeah, we asked a couple of token designers to help us about with the whole setup, and yeah, you're gonna know on time. Now,
let's talk maybe about the ordinals
maybe.
And NFTs. Yeah, it's also a topic we need to address, since we haven't talked for quite some time about it. So that's not something we forgot. The thing is that as you know, ordinals are meant to be representing the share in equity of the Revuto, but we are still looking into how to execute that properly. And not, when I say execute, we do not mean on like minting it, because that's the easy part. You can mint NFT, any NFT in like minutes or seconds. We are interested in how to execute that legally, not to mess our compliance with some other things, and not to mess our next funding rounds when the time comes. Because if you fix the price of the ordinal, you mint it and you fix the price of the ordinal with the price of some part of the equity, you're going to have security, and regulators are going to come after you. You cannot sell securities like that. So we are looking into how to make all this legally compliant, but ordinals still represent some part of the equity like we promised. So it's not like we are changing the rules of the game, but we're just looking into how not to mess the structure of the company, the equity in the future, and so on. And what I want to say is that there is going to be, perhaps in November, maybe after the Cardano Summit, there's going to be a meeting with all the shareholders where we're going to discuss all these things, like maybe even brainstorm something and explain in more details, because there's a lot of complications in this. It's not, when you enter the legal system, it gets complicated, and maybe it's not for this AMA, but we're going to have a dedicated meeting only for that, and all the things are going to be sorted out. But just a quick update on the ordinals, that so you know we haven't forgot about it.
Yeah, I'm just gonna add a couple of more things, because what we learned during the bear market is that we cannot depend solely on the token. Yes, the token can generate a lot of capital within the company, but still business needs to be sustainable. It needs to start earning money. In our case, actually charging people for Revuto Pro, we're gonna somehow transform also in a way to SaaS business. SaaS business is something that VCs love, because they love to see recurring revenue coming into the company. So if we make for the start 500 people to pay us $10 a month, that's gonna be like $5,000 recurring revenue on monthly basis. And then if we manage to grow that user base towards the 1,000 people paying us $10, then 2,000 people paying us $10, it's going to help us, our company, actually to raise money from traditional VCs. That's very important, because crypto native VCs, they go after tokens, they buy tokens, they want to prefer price, the better price, and then they dump those tokens on retail, and that's how they earn money. It's very lucrative for them. But traditional VCs, they want to see traditional business generating a revenue. And if we achieve to have at least, let's say, 2,000 people paying us, that's already $20,000 on a monthly basis. With that, we can raise money with traditional VCs, which are then going to invest in equity. And then the value of that initial investment from our ordinal owners is going to also go up. But we don't want to mess up that deal with people actually trading ordinals or equity of Revuto company on crypto market, creating basically the valuation, not the value, valuation. And valuation is very important when you make deals with the VCs. And I hope that that's in the best interest for everybody to actually achieve that. But we're not forgetting about you. You all are part of our cap table, as you know. We promised. You already know how much of equity that ordinal represents. You already received your REVU tokens as well. Then we're gonna have that lottery about the Revuelto at one point as well. Not many people invested actually, which is really good for all those who have those ordinals, because they're gonna have a good chance of winning that car. I've been to Dubai. I saw it. I sat on it. In it, it's an amazing car. But let's bring that token price up. We shouldn't talk actually about that. Let's bring, it will come as a consequence. Yeah, and then actually to wrap it up, most important thing.
Okay, so we mentioned at the beginning the catalyst proposal, and we would like to use this opportunity today to announce that we have applied again for the Fund 13 this time. And
well, okay, then that's not the most important thing, but yeah, you're.
Sorry.
No. I just want to say that the catalyst proposal is not most important thing. It's very important thing, but for the end we have some other important thing.
Then let me go with this. So we applied for the Fund 13 this time, and actually after the successful Fund 12, we are going with 2 proposals this time, and about one we have spoke so far. It is the cross-chain swap. We do believe that this is something that Cardano really needs, and Revuto is the one who can and will build and deliver such product, especially with the upcoming bull market. People who want easy access to the entire Cardano can do it through the Revuto. Therefore, we would really appreciate your vote for the cross-chain swap. And the second proposal that we haven't mentioned so far, it is basically a result of the...
Sorry.
No problem.
Yeah, I'm sick.
The thing is that after 3.5 years building, that we discovered in Web3 that there are some issues when you're actually operating with the crypto the entire time, because a lot of businesses, for example, marketing services, they are not, let's say, crypto native people, and they will issue the invoice for their services in fiat money. Not just marketing, but any other provider who is also in crypto can, and most of them will issue the invoices in fiat. And then if you, for example, raised money through the ICO, you have that crypto, and then you have pretty complicated legal part of how to actually use the crypto to pay all the things in fiat. And now we have come up with a solution. And the solution would be to pay the invoices that you receive in fiat, but to pay them with the crypto on the legally binding way. So what Revuto will do, it will allow you to, after you receive the invoice for any service that you're about to pay, you will have a screen in the app in which you will enter all the details of the receipt of the invoice, and then you will get the conversion rate, and you will be able to pay with Cardano native tokens, of course, but the receiver will get the euro, dollar, or any other currency that they ask for.
Yeah, and we believe that again it's a great real-world use case for bridging the liquidity from the crypto space towards the real financial space where the fiat is a king. Why is that important? Yeah, a lot of things you can now pay with debit or credit cards, but many invoices are just plain issued to pay them with a wire transfer to specific bank account, and by allowing people to actually use crypto assets and Cardano native tokens to pay for that, it's awesome use case, real world use case. We are legally compliant and ready to launch such a feature within European Economic Area, actually within the SEPA area for the start, for the beginning. This is also that we didn't mention, so everything that we do now, we do within the European Economic Area, because first of all, we are Europeans. We are familiar with the legal
background.
Yeah, frame. How it's called in the legal frame.
Legal frame.
Yes, of course. And we are from here. We are familiar with that. But still, we are working with partners which can actually push all those products across other regions as well. But then, as everything is getting more complicated, we would have to, get license to offer such a feature on those markets as well, especially Asia Pacific, which is not our next stop for debit cards, and then Middle East and Africa. South America, of course, a lot of people are using crypto there as well. And then in the end, yes, US is our biggest is the biggest market. We see the greatest opportunity of working on the US market, but we are very careful about that because we all see how SEC is looking at the crypto space. Things are going to change with time because they have to. Crypto is coming, it's not going anywhere. They're going to have to accept crypto products. Then also we're gonna actually with time know exactly what we need to do to be able to offer those services in the US, because many times people don't know actually how to be compliant in everything, and they just go out and they get screwed because SEC is gonna come after them, although there were no rules or anything how to do or offer such services. And yes, it's a great feature, great proposal. Is going to help people to use their crypto assets also to pay those bills, those invoices. those can be bills for anything, utility bills. That can be your lease for your car, for your house, for whatever. There are gonna, of course, be some limitations of how much money you actually can spend to pay for those bills per day, per week, or on a monthly basis, and all together. But it's a great feature, and we want you to support it because we can deliver it. And both proposals are written to actually execute those things in 3 months. We are doing so the same with these debit cards. So we think that we can be fast, and yes, we would really love to help us with that. And after that, I think that we should be good on our own with Revuto business, and with actually funding many other features that are gonna come later on. And when it comes to Cardano, this is actually the most important thing that I want to mention, because there were a lot of talks about Cardano space, about this blockchain, that blockchain, which is better, which is faster, which is I don't know what. We started with Cardano. We are gonna actually, I said, that's a good term. We ride together, we die together. We don't have any plans of minting our token on some other blockchain, moving to other blockchain. I still think that the Cardano community and the ecosystem is great. I know how things change quickly in crypto. Suddenly, everything is depressive, I don't know, super apocalyptic when there is a bear market. And then when people start earning money and everything, then suddenly pigs fly, everything is pink and is beautiful and flourishing. I know that, and it's gonna again happen with Cardano and with many other chains. We are still among, I would say, top 5 L1s, because if you look at the market cap, we are 10th or 11th, but if you move away stable coins and meme coins and everything, we are still among best L1s. We have a great technology. I think that technology is something actually different than on other blockchains, because this can support the real world activities and economy. This is something that I believe personally Solana cannot do, and some other chains as well. So great future is ahead of Cardano, and I am not even involved in, I don't want to be involved in those discussions, and also talking about the price. If people think that we're gonna reach all-time high or no, I don't care. I really don't care. I just know that crypto space is gonna change. Everything's gonna be great again, and this is a good place for us. It's a home for us, and that's it. And I spoke with other founders and as well, and I told them, because I know how that goes. You're desperate. Sometimes you are trying to do whatever, and that's all okay. You're trying to survive. You wanna do whatever you think is okay to make a progress, and that's why you move to other chain or you mint token on other chain, you bridge, you make partnerships with other chain or or whatever. But bear market is a bear market. Those things, and even if they work on a short term, and in the end you don't do you don't profit from it. You just lose time, effort, money, you know, and then even if things don't go well, it's even more depressive for team. The morale goes down. We decided not to do those things, and you know, either we're gonna, you know, it's gonna be on or off, you know, for us. So that's how we roll. Yes. Yeah, I don't know. I think that we covered mostly everything. I thought that we're gonna be close to 2 hours of.
We can move to the questions.
Yes. Yeah. Now.
So please, if you didn't write down the questions, you can do it now. We are going to pick a few of these.
I'm missing my beer. Yeah. You see, my throat is not working well.
Let's check a few. Let me pick a few questions.
We're unorthodox team.
First question. Patrick says it's a very important question. I believe it's for Vex. Where is the shoe?
Where is the shoe? Oh, that's a good question. You know what we're gonna do?
What?
We're gonna bring the shoe to the Cardano Summit. Yeah, that's shoe is gonna come with us to the Cardano Summit. We're gonna make a story about the shoe. You know, maybe one day that shoe is gonna sell for I don't know how much. We should mint NFT on Cardano. Revuto shoe.
Nice comments, Guy. Thank you for the support. I'm reading all your supportive messages.
Thanks everybody for the support. So I have to mention that for early investors, even before the ICO, we became good friends with many of them. They helped us in 2023. They even invested some more money into us. Money is always the issue. People always say, you know, if Revuto is going to have money or not. Yeah, we're going to have money. But it's always good to have more money because money just goes away, and especially in crypto when prices, if you don't manage funds right, come on, you can die pretty fast. Sure.
Yeah. Petar asks, can you expand your support team? Bug fixes and upgrades take ages to complete, but you should speed up your execution when much more people come after VDCs.
That's a good topic. Tim.
Sure, let me answer it. Yeah, we know that there are some kind of, let's say, frictions from the past regarding it, and the thing is that we do have like 10 developers at the moment that are working on the project, and whenever our support team actually escalates the issues, because some things cannot be done by the support team itself, it needs to be escalated to the developers. They are trying to do it as fast as they can. However, with just 1 week of the launch of the virtual debit cards, you can only imagine how much time and effort and around the clock those devs are working to deliver the much needed feature. Therefore, we really thank you for all your cooperation, for all your patience with us, because we will fix all the issues. Like, no one will lose the tokens, everything will, all the stakings will be done. Everything will be as it should be as soon as we have just a bit more time with the developers. Thank you again.
Yeah, and some bugs or issues are really specific, and specific to just one user. That's amazing. And I always say, you know, 0 is 0, 1 is 1 in when you code things. And somehow some users are experiencing some issues that majority of others are not. For instance, you know, some users cannot even access the wallet because it crashes. It rarely happens, but you know, user behavior is a funny thing. A lot of people are using app in a different way, and when it comes to this specific thing, we lost, I think, like 2 weeks trying to figure out why is that happening to our really, really important user who is also the token holder. He's been with us since the beginning and everything. We have a good communication with him, and his wallet is crashing. And then what we figured out, that he was actually restoring a Revuto wallet with the same seed phrase with a lot of other apps which are allowing the same, and then those apps somehow created sub-addresses, the many addresses, because that's how the UTXO, extended UTXO works. And then we had to, figure out how we load in the backend all those addresses and check the amounts. And then what it happens, if you don't do the things right, this is the mobile app. Mobile app is using the memory. And then if you fill up the memory with a lot of things, and then specific product just crashes. And but yeah, as Tim said, we have a backlog of some issues that we really need to fix, and we know how to fix them. But now we cannot actually overwhelm our developers, which are now working on the core features, with those small bugs and everything. Unfortunately, I know that those users are now suffering, but we rather now use the time to build this, and then when the time comes, and as that user said, that there is going to be much more requests on the support, we're going to then dedicate developers just to solving those things. But now it's about managing resources. We need to be fast now. We really need to be fast. Things are in the background working. We are working 24/7, literally. Even like the weekends, okay, people sleep, of course, but we need to be ready for when it matters, and that's basically it.
Just the fact that Vex was able to actually say all this and specify all those examples shows you the level of the communication that we do have among the entire team, including Vex and developers and the support team. So we are all fully aware of the entire situation. However, some things do have priority. We know how the users feel. We are fully aware of it. However, we just ask you for a little bit more patience until the developers have more time to deliver all the needed fixes.
Yeah. There is one comment not related to Revuto. Stupid plastic caps on EU bottles. Probably from the water bottle.
Exactly. Come on, this is a game changer for the world.
I think it's a great example of the regulator that the EU has. It can be like a metaphor.
You know what? It's really funny that I don't mind about this. Actually, I don't know, somehow I always lose this thing, and if I have a bottle now, I actually can immediately close it, because if this was not, I would say glued to the bottle, then I would most likely lose those caps, and it's annoying me. It's environmentally unfriendly to lose those caps, but for me, it's annoying because then I cannot close the bottle. So good thing in the end.
Yeah, I think it depends on the company, because some companies make it so that it's really hard to screw it back. Yeah, but some companies make it really nice, like this bottle, so you can easily fit it. But for some bottles, like the drinks are spilling and so on if you lay it over. Yeah. One question.
Nice to have feature.
Yeah. Will the Netflix and Spotify NFTs work in the version 4.0?
Yes, of course they will. Of course they will, and yeah, nothing to add there. Yeah, I said also one funny thing about everything. Of course, we had a plan to sell more of those, but now we have like around 200 or 230
something like that.
Revolution NFTs that we have to actually put into work, and likely now it's not gonna take a lot of our attention and time, because I said, sometimes things happen for a reason. We were hoping that we're gonna develop things much sooner and everything, and as you have delays, actually, the more time that you use to build something, it's more expensive for you. Building everything now for 3 years, we had to survive for 3 years, pay the bills and everything, and so. Revolution NFTs were really ahead of time, and then selling them more would put more financial pressure on Revuto, maybe even the jeopardize whole thing, because of course we need to deliver what we promised, and now likely that's not going to put I would say a lot of financial pressure on our business, and also a lot of dedication, because there are going to be just 230 of those, and those people who are going to have it actually are going to be, you know, really happy about it, because they're going to have something that is exclusive in a way. Although I have to say that was just introduction to subscription NFTs. Revolution NFTs for Spotify and Netflix, they have a unique setup. It's a subscription for a lifetime. Revuto is going to be covering those expenses, but then it's going to be a nice introduction to the setup of subscription NFTs, where people are going to be actually able to buy subscriptions with us directly. Then we're going to issue them those NFTs and connect it to the debit cards, which is virtual debit card, which is connected to that NFT and actually subscription, and then people are going to be able to
I'm just wondering,
top out those.
What is the price of that NFT? I mean, the price that will reach one day when, based on that exclusivity, you know, it's what, 230 pieces? Like
yeah, I actually sent the to admins now nice meme. Today it says in 1987, a man bought a lifetime first-class ticket on American Airlines for $250,000. He took more than 10,000 flights, which cost the airline 21 million. So it was a great deal for the user. Unfortunately for the user, they canceled his ticket in 2008. So that's I would say 20 years after he purchased that thing. So we'll see if we'll have to cancel those NFTs in 20 years, but even if that happens, that means that Revuto is gonna be 20 years
in the business.
In the business, and most likely a very successful business.
Another tough question.
Tough question. You're tough guys, come on.
Can you integrate with another card issuer just to have plan B if issuer you have now runs into problems?
That's a good question. That's a good question. It would be smart to have another issuer, of course, but then it adds to complexity of the integration, because every new issuer has a different API documentation and how they, you know, use the setup and everything. We'll see. It's not common to actually use many of them, but I saw the examples where they do have such, but more, I would say, to expand the product feature to other regions than to have a backup, because having a backup just because of a backup is expensive. And also, what I have to mention, I had it on my mind and now I think it what I wanted to say about that with a backup. I don't know, maybe it's gonna come to me back.
Yeah. Will it be possible to farm in the application like other REVU pair or something like that?
Farm. So, okay, when it comes to...
You can call it anything you like.
Farm. We have a staking center, and it's I would say a very specific setup. But when it comes to farming, stakings, and everything, you need to actually integrate with protocols. Funny enough, when you integrate with Fireblocks, they have the biggest DeFi protocols already as part of their platform, and you can use them. You can offer your users staking opportunities and everything. That's on a custodial side, and that's very, very efficient, because when you stake, you immediately start staking, earning. When you unstake, it's just on the front end, you unstake, it's really fast. But when it comes to DeFi protocols, we actually gonna see or even maybe implement with some DEX those farming opportunities but we'll see. I don't know. For us now, it's much easier to actually make straightforward deals with projects, ask them to either allocate the tokens for our users to actually give them away as a staking reward, or we make exchange, we swap our tokens with the partnering project so they can actually do the same, use Revu tokens to promote Revuto within to their audience, to their token holders, and airdrop those tokens. Either, I don't know how, that's not our concern, but we actually, how we do those airdrops, we reward people for staking Revu, and yeah, that's it.
When we talk about staking, there is a question: is there a new pool coming?
Yes, we have in plan partnership to announce the partnership with one good project from Cardano as well. Actually, I want to do a couple of those partnerships, and we are talking with those guys. But one partnership is already ready. We did a podcast with them. The video, the blog post is ready. But I was just not feeling ready to push it out. Maybe now during the Cardano Summit or after the Cardano Summit, we're going to announce another pool. I still believe, although maybe some don't consider this staking center as a real DeFi or whatever, but in the end, if you can get free tokens, which maybe are not worth a lot now, but even that is not true, because we always give away, I think, like around $10,000 or something like that. It's not small amount of money, but those projects are most likely do well in the future. Those are good projects that we are partnering with. Maybe not all of them are gonna be successful, but keep those tokens and bet in a way on them. Be patient. Don't sell them. People always do things differently. They buy in a bull cycle, they'll sell in a bear market, which is completely crazy, and this is helping other guys to actually earn a lot of money on you. But try to believe in those tokens, in those projects, because I've been in crypto. I know how funny it sounds. I know how things can go 10x, 100x, 1000x, especially low cap altcoins and the project, because again, it's going to be a lot of money in the crypto market if Bitcoin goes up, up to $100,000, then even like 140, 180, who knows where it's going to stop in this cycle, or even if we're going to have a super cycle, or even if we are going to just go, up, I don't know, but market is going to improve. A lot of money is going to be in the Bitcoins, and then again, people who were not into crypto before, they just hear about Bitcoin, Ethereum, Cardano, and those top coins, and then pretty fast they're going to figure out that they cannot gain a lot on those tokens if they don't invest much. So, investing $500 or $50 is not do well if you invest in Bitcoin, because Bitcoin is going to most likely go like 2x or 3x, something like that. And they're going to be searching for opportunities. And that's where, projects like us comes into the game. So, yeah.
Another question is, when can we download app version 4? 23rd or 24th of October?
23rd, around 2 p.m. local time. So that's going to be actually 11 Central European time. Yeah, and US citizens are going to be most likely in their dreaming about version 4.0.
Depending on the coast.
Yeah, depending on the coast, exactly.
Yeah. I think this is the last question. Where to buy the t-shirt?
So we're gonna have t-shirts. I think like a lot of t-shirts we're gonna give away during the summit. We have cool t-shirts. We have a cool carpet. We're gonna have a cool carpet on a booth. It's gonna be easy to notice. Let's say so. Something that I'm sure nobody else is gonna have, that nice color, very manly.
Yeah. I believe that's it. Some questions we covered before in the AMA.
The only thing that is bothering me right now is that thought that I had in my head. I wanted to answer something, but it was
in the Telegram later.
about the different service providers. Yeah, I don't know what I had in. Aha! Yeah, I know it now. So when it comes to issuing debit cards and actually acquiring part is that part when people top up those debit cards, virtual debit cards, with other credit or debit cards. So you're gonna see that if you wanna opt to top up those virtual debit cards with the Fiat, then you're gonna be able to store different debit or credit cards with Revuto. But actually we don't store those cards. We have acquirer, that's another third-party service provider, which is actually allowing our users to store their cards with them so they can top up those virtual debit cards. And we don't store those cards. We are not licensed to do so. But when it comes to the whole setup, the best way to do things is like Crypto.com is doing now, and some other bigger companies as well. You actually become your own issuer. What that means, you don't have to actually work with a third-party service provider. For such thing to happen, you need to actually become bigger, and then even you can allow smaller fees, because of course, there is no middle part anymore, charging their percentage. And this is something that Crypto.com managed to do by the end of 2020. It was 2022 when they departed with our Rails, PairNet. We integrated with them. You know that I was really waiting, not happy to launch then, and got, that was really a good decision, because early 2023 Railsar declared the bankruptcy. They went down. They were the biggest in the industry. But yes, Crypto.com decided to be their own issuer, and you can become your own acquirer as well. And what is necessary to be that is just more regulatory compliance, nothing else. From the technical standpoint, you can do that. You can actually then directly work with Visa or MasterCard. If you're big enough, you can build your own platform and control the cards and everything, issue PAN numbers, freeze cards, set up the limits, blah, 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 everything. But that would be also one of the goals for a Revuto, because then we would be completely independent on everything what's happening with those third-party services. And not only them, but independent of what their other clients are doing, basically. So then we know that we are fully compliant in everything, and we are safe. But step by step,
yeah.
We cannot do that now.
Yeah. I believe that's it. If we missed some questions, please ask them in the Telegram or our social media. We are always
Jakob, thank you very much. We're gonna be there. So not just so with the time I already recognize some names here, and as I said, we become familiar and friends with some investors who invested a lot. Funny story about the developers and everything. Mattia, I can say his name. He became a co-founder of Revuto as well. He's now like leading the development and everything. He approached to me and he said, Vedran, I see that you have problems. I know how difficult it is to build such a complex product out. It's a financial product. And I was thinking even before to reach out to you and everything. And I was walking my dog and I said, F word. I need to call you, and he called me actually, and I came to his agency. He has a developers and everything, and that's how we actually. Then the next time Dorian came. By the way, Tin is gonna come to Dubai with me. Dorian, you're gonna see him. He's our lead backend developer, and Luca, who is actually important for our custodial side of the business. So I brought Dorian there. Then Dorian started to write this, explain the setup, everything on the whiteboard, and then Mattia was, wow, you managed to do everything now, with outsourcing, and just Dorian on the backend side who was in-house, and he had the help from his other friend. And then we changed everything, and that happened early this year. And now I believe that we have, not I believe, I am fully confident that we have much better setup. And many times I think that we have good setup, and then with time I see that the setup is not good enough for where we want to be, and then the next developers that come, I see that how bad the previous ones were, and then it's also
a learning curve.
Whenever I think that we have a good developer, with time I see that things can be done better and faster, and luckily we managed to get those guys on board, and now they're very hyped about what they do, and they like Revuto. So, yeah.
There is one comment now. Vex wants to tell a lot, but he can hardly hold himself back from telling.
Yeah.
And then the other user wrote, "Home is holding the news."
I don't know, from the last time when we had do I look like 20 years older? I know the bear market is 3 years long, but it's 30 years in my life. It's like a dog life and a human years.
Dog years. Bear market.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you guys for all the support.
Yeah. Thank you.
I believe
thank you.
That's it. Do you want to have a last word?
No. Last word would mean that we are saying goodbye. No, we are not saying goodbye on Monday. Hopefully the flight is not going to be delayed. The Iran is not going to rocket Israel or other way around. So you never know. But I said, even if we have to walk there, we're going to walk there to Summit. Yes, exactly. But just be patient. It's not going to be just like this. It's going to be curve, with this product and everything, until the momentum creates and people hear about Revuto, start using this, because it's really unique product. Nobody is doing this like we are. Even like Revolut, I know they're going to say, they have Revuto Debit Cards, they have some kind of a subscription thing. Yes, they do, but they like a crypto. They have a crypto, but their app is not like Binance app.
They're not deep diving as
exactly. We are. They're just scratching all the different things, even the stock market and everything. No, we are a niche product. We are working only on this thing, and we are only actually combining it with Web3 products in a way that we think is suitable for average user. That's important for average user, but we still need to count to those average users. Up till now, most of our users, although we have a great numbers and everything, are crypto users, and we have 390,000 registered users. Those are not active users. Active users we have much less, especially now. That numbers are going to improve when the market picks up again, but now we need to find a way how to get to those average Joes. Thank you very much for everything. Shu is going to come with us to the summit. It's going to be a thing, and maybe one day Charles Hoskinson is going to wear our shoes. One shoe only.
Yeah.
That's it.
Much.
Thank
you
very
much.
Bye.
Bye.